All right, guys, welcome back. Once again, we're still in the shop here. We're just doing multiple videos because we just did so much work today. I couldn't all do it in one video. I'd lose everybody at like minute 300. So we're doing a separate video. This video is for the steering rack. When we got up underneath there, I thought I was going to need outer and inner tie rods, new boots. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. The whole rack was just shot. It needed a whole new rack. Luckily, I was able to find an AutoZone. I had one. It cost me like $200. Let's just take a look at it. All right, so this is the new rack. It's a refurbished rack, actually. So we're going to be going over how to install this. I've never done one on a Neon, so this is going to be interesting. But here, I know we have our two power steering hoses, a return line and a feed, and then of course this is going to be a sensor that we got to put in there, which was bad anyway, so we're going to replace that, and hopefully this goes in smoothly. Alright guys, so we are doing the steering rack repair. As you can see, this thing is messed up. That boot is just, it's so messed up, and the thing's completely done. It's just finished. So we're basically going to figure this out. First thing we're doing is getting the tie rod, the outer tie rod off. And Chris has already got it off because he's fucking baller like that. That ain't nothing but a thing. Yeah, as you can see, this thing's just so, it's just done. So we just opted to get a new rack.
Don't do that if you're going to reuse your outer tie rod.
Don't do that if you're going to reuse your outer tie rod ends. However, we've got brand new outer tie rod ends, so not worried about it at all, sir.
Anyways.
Right. All right, guys, so what we did was we put a hold there on the steering wheel to keep the steering wheel somewhat straight. That's what you're supposed to do when you're going to change out the rack. Like I said, we're going to, if there's any little discrepancies, we're going to make it up with the tie rod ends anyway, which we're going to have to do a complete four-wheel alignment on this when we're done anyway, so. Next. All right. 15. Damn it. 4. See, it's not all sparkles when you're working on cars. Sometimes shit doesn't work. Round 2. Is that the mount for the actual? Okay, I see it now. Here's the question: are you gonna be able to get those realigned when you go back in?
I'll start them from the bottom.
Oh, okay. You just wanted to get them pretty much ready to hand untighten from the top?
Oh, yeah, I can pull those two out right now. I left the other two in because I got to undo the lines.
Gotcha. Alright guys, you can get a pretty good look from here just how dirty all this crap is, and a lot of it's coming from the steering rack. So like I said, we still got to get that bolt there. Chris was good enough to get those loosened from the top, so we didn't have to worry about it. And yeah, we're just gonna keep going with it. He got these little magnet lights. I love it.
Yep, that one's leaking too.
Didn't mess up the connector, did it?
We'll spray it out.
Okay.
If you have a Neon and it has a power steering pressure switch, I guarantee you it's leaked at one point in time in its life.
Yeah, well, I'd say that's where a lot of the leakage is coming from. Good thing I got a new one, right?
I think so. But of course, I'm not going to be able to get a freaking push on you. first.
The high pressure line?
The return.
You got to take the return off first?
Yeah.
Since it's rubber, can we just pull the...
Well, let me get that freaking thing out of there first. Doesn't make a mess. Rolly pin. That guy.
Oh, okay, so inside the boot there's a roll pin that hooks up the steering shaft.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta get that out. I don't know how we're gonna get that out.
You smack it. You're probably gonna have to hold that.
Okay. Alright, so now you got a punch and you're punching in the roll pin.
I need something longer.
That's what we're talking about, that little pin right there.
You stupid fucking plastic thing. You're in my way.
Alright guys, well we're taking the hold off here. Now apparently this has a crush style sleeve on the steering column, not a sleeve style. So we are praying to everything holy that this thing's going to be able to move and slide forward and come out, because if not, we got what Chris has told me the only other option, and that's option B. There is no option C or B.0 or B.2. We're going to have to take the frickin' steering column out. So let's see what happens. Are you on it?
Oh yeah, I'm on it.
I don't think it's possible.
Oh, I'm on it. Oh yeah, I'm on
Oh, okay, I see now. Okay. Alright guys, we got the bolts out, so now we're trying to see what we can do with this rack. I'm guessing that thing's pretty much empty of fluid now, yeah? Does this need to come off?
No. It's already on.
Oh, okay, I got it. I got you. What do you want me to grab? I'm assuming you're trying to remove the lower part of the shaft.
Give me a top drawer 13mm ratchet wrench.
Okay.
And a pair of little pliers to get the second drawer down.
It's in a 13. You said needle noses? Alright guys, so basically he pulled the bottom part of the column out, but we didn't have to pull the whole freaking column out, so that should theoretically help us now. So I guess let's put it back up in the air.
Oh, now let go.
I'm not going to let go. You make fun of a car. Or whatever the hell that was. Dude, the guy that owned it before me must have pumped this thing full of like power steering leak prevention stuff. Got the plastic clip there. Right there. You can see the boot. You're now disconnected from there. Alright guys, so I'm really sorry I could not film while we were doing this because this is probably one of the most awkward steering racks to pull out of a car, I feel like, because what we wound up having to do just to get it enough clearance, we had to loosen the cradle on this side, just on the passenger side a little bit, and you've got to literally twist and conform and just move it around to clear the exhaust there and everything else. So that was not fun at all. I really don't have any tips for you. You're gonna have to literally just play with your options there to get it out, because that was a pain. That was a pain in the butt. All right, let's see. We're gonna compose. See what we gotta do next. All right, guys, we're getting the rack back in. Once again, just twisting and hurdling the obstacles that you have to go through to get there, but it is slowly going into place. Can I get some tater tots? Is that supposed to be that close to the converter like that? Yep. Maybe, I guess it was there before, I just didn't notice it. Yeah. I would think that would superheat the fluid, don't you think? Alright guys, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to start, I'm guessing, mounting here. Or do you want to mount here first?
I want to get the freaking
steering shaft hooked up?
Yeah.
Okay, so
actually, it doesn't matter. We can bolt it in.
Are you sure it doesn't matter?
Yeah.
You don't want there to be any plate? You don't want there to have any play to play with?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Because the thing just slides off the shaft up top.
Okay, so we're going to bolt it down. Don't lose your rubber boot. You're going to need a boot. Now, apparently there was a crossover tube on the old one. The new one does not have a crossover tube, so I'm assuming they redesigned it at some point. So there's that. Where's the... Oh, there it is. Where are the bolts? Nothing else, you can at least get them started. Are you going to tighten them down here or above?
Oh, top. Now, can I get that with tater tots? Fucking un.
That is a pretty damn funny TikTok, I'm not going to lie. I was laughing pretty hard at that. Oh, that looks fun. Who's that?
Greg.
Oh. Are you trying to be bolting in these out here?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright guys, we got the mounts all back in there, and now we're moving on to the next part. Alright guys, so we got the rack back in. We got the steering column back in, steering shaft I should say. Now we got to put the little O-rings on the lines, and those lines have to go in like perfectly straight. Just like Chris is doing.
In all fairness, I have many years of practice.
That's true. You need the other O-ring now?
No, I gotta tighten that one down first.
Oh, okay. Well, that's right. You had to do the bottom last, didn't you? Or first. It'd be last this time.
Be over there.
Okay.
Yay!
I think I'd like tater tots. Alright guys, so the last thing we got to put in here is that sensor. Power steering pressure sensor, which was giving us the check engine light to begin with, so hopefully this new one will not check engine light us. However, I don't think it's going to matter. There's still going to be a check engine light on until we fix the there's an emission code on there. God only knows where that's at. But we want to make sure we get this in there. We got all the lines back in. We got the plastic piece holding all the lines in. Get a better view of it from this side here. Okay. That way none of the lines are touching or rubbing on anything. And check. All right. Do we want to clean that connector?
Yeah.
What's wrong? What's the problem?
Okay. Worried about pulling threads out of it.
Oh, why, it was going in too easy?
Come on.
Alright guys, so we got that installed. We've got the outer tie rod on, which was a little more than just putting down through there, tightening the nut, putting the cotter pin in, and now we're going to put the front tires on and test out the rack to make sure it's not leaking. Alright guys, so we got all 4 wheels on now. We're going to test out the new rack, make sure nothing's leaking. Let's pray to God nothing's leaking, because I'm about had it for the night. I know Chris is pretty much thinking about breaking up with me, so let's see what happens. Alright guys, we were cycling the power steering, and it looks like we have 0 leakage coming in, which is awesome. So basically the only thing really left is to do an alignment. So we're going to put it on the alignment rack and see what we got to do. It might not happen till tomorrow depending on how bad the alignment is. So we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah. Alright guys, so we finally got everything aligned. Thank God everything went into place very well, both back and front. So, you know, it was a long day, but we got it done. And that's basically, I apologize if the video wasn't more informational. Unfortunately, this was really a 2-person job in my opinion. I'm not saying you can't do it with 1 person, but it was challenging between 2 of us to get it done. So I really needed both hands, and it was just not easy to film every little thing. And it was definitely different. Like, I don't want to do that again if I can help it. So there's still quite a few things I need to do to the car. There was a lot of stuff that we probably I wanted to get to this time around. I was definitely not planning on putting a steering rack in the car today. I truly thought it was going to be just outer tie rods and inner tie rods and new steering rack boots, and that was going to be it. So, but guys, I'm telling you what, after we got it aligned and everything, this car is running so good. Like, it is so smooth. Now, that's not saying much because, you know, the last year it's been riding like crap, so it's hard to, you know, but it's just, everything is just so fluent, and it's just, it's sticking the road. I haven't really got to play with it in some corners yet to kind of test out that new rear sway bar, but I mean, you can just tell there's just a smidge less body roll, and I'm really happy. So hopefully this video was helpful to everybody. Once again, if you guys have any questions or you see something that was wrong, I mean, I'm human. Chris is a professional tech, you know, so he knows what he's doing. I trust his judgment on things, and so truly, it's a situation where, you know, I don't really, if he tells me that's what's going on, I mean, then I kind of have to believe him. That's what he does for a living. So, but like I said, guys, I appreciate it. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It truly helps me out. I'm super thankful to all my subscribers and all my followers and everybody who supported the channel and everything. It means a lot. I appreciate that. And I want to continue to get more videos out to you guys. Like I said, we still got a lot of work to do on the Neon. Like I said, I don't want to say the DeLorean's coming soon because I don't know 100% sure when the DeLorean's coming back yet. But, you know, I just want to say thank you guys. I appreciate you. And until next time, have a pleasant evening.